Yeah, didn't have live ball turnovers, and did a good job ending quarters. The last 2 minutes of each quarter were much better than they had been the first two games. So those two things play a huge key against this team, and I thought we did that well. Better, yeah. He gave us some good stuff. Both ends of the floor, rim protection, his screening offensively, we were able to get some good stuff out of that. So I appreciate him, keep battling through.
Joe, you talked on Thursday about the importance of countering their runs and being able to manage them. Felt like every time they started to go on one, you guys were able to cut that off before it became something more problematic. What were the keys to that?
Not having live ball turnovers, valuing the basketball, rebounding, and not putting them to the free throw line.
Justin, Noah, Jay in that order.
Joe, you guys were able to hold the under 25 below 3 quarters, and the second quarter's under 26. What did you like most about what you guys did defensively?
Yeah, I mean, we gave them some stuff that they hadn't gotten the first two games. But when you don't have live ball turnovers, it doesn't lead to transition opportunities. So we took away their transition, which kept them in the half court. And then, for the most part, we defended at a high level, and we were able to keep them off the glass a decent amount. But we had good rim protection down there, protect the paint.
Joe, Peyton played more minutes in this game than he did in the first two. Was there something that you, when you were kind of reviewing those first two games, that made you want to kind of lean on him more tonight, and what did you see?
I mean, our sub patterns are always flexible. Tonight, Drew had 3 fouls, and Peyton was good, and you're just at times you go with what makes the most sense. So just the flexibility of what we were able to do. But he played really well on both ends of the floor for us. There's a little bit of foul trouble there, so we were able to kind of go to some different stuff.
Jay, then B-Rock. Oh, B-Rock. Go. How pleased are you, Joe, just in terms of, it seems like you guys are eager to create quality looks right off the bat and going at Brunson and Towns repeatedly, how just the method of attacking you guys had offensively?
Yeah, we had some empty possessions, but we played with the right intentions of getting the right pace, the right spacing. And we just have to continue to make those right reads, value the basketball. Didn't have 11 live ball turnovers. That helps a lot when you keep it in between the lines. And we did a good job of our spacing and making the right read.
Gary, Jared, then Jared.
Joe, how difficult, if at all, have the past 72 hours been in terms of just falling in that hole and then not at all?
No, not at all.
Why not, Joe?
I mean, I've said it 1,000 times. There's no one way of how it's supposed to go. I mean, people that you get caught up when your expectations aren't met, and so there's no expectations there. We're on a path of trying to go after greatness, and you don't get to dictate the test that's in front of you. All you get to dictate is how you approach it and how you respond to it. So if you plan on doing this for a long time, trust me, it'll be a lot worse than those last 72 hours, and that's the perspective you have to have. So at the end of the day, we got a test in front of us, and I got a group of guys that I wouldn't want anyone else to be able to go through that. So this is the fun part. You don't get into the journey for it to be easy. So it's been dark, but in a good way.
Dark, how dark? Like, what's that mean?
I mean, like, you just got to tap into your darkness, and that's it. Like, so we got to do it. That's it.
Sure.
You guys are always kind of squeezing advantages out of everything, and I feel like a big way you do that is in the post. You generally only really post cross matches, and spent a lot of time kind of trying to get Brunson into the post ups earlier in the series. Tonight, you just kind of went straight to Hart, Bridges, whoever. Did you guys feel like you needed to kind of maybe just focus on getting something that was there that you figured would be something you could go with, as opposed to really maximizing mismatches?
I thought that came organically tonight just because of our pace, and I thought Jalen, he was able to get out there and early in transition and get some of those matchups that he liked, and so I thought his pace offensively got us some of those post-ups, and then we looked to generate those out of some of the half-court stuff. But to me, it just starts with the pace at which you play with to get that type of spacing, to get those cross matches, to try to get what you're looking for. And I thought Jalen got off to a good start on that.
But does that show decisiveness? Do you guys need to just kind of be decisive and forceful as opposed to letting things come to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think you do that by how fast, the pace that you play with. Can you get to your spacing quickly? Usually when you're right, when you can dictate a sense of tempo by getting out to your spacing as quick as possible, then it's easier to see the reads that are there. And we were good. We were deliberate in that tonight. Decent in the first two games, but it was better tonight.
Final 3 questions, Jared, Michael.
OG, just 7
points the last 2 games after a big game one. What have you guys done well to slow him down?
I mean, he's a great player, so you're not going to be able to do that all the time. But to me, he gets a lot of stuff in the half court on your help reads, and he's one of the best defenders in getting in passing lanes, getting out in transition, and so we have to be able to. The best way to defend these guys is to attack them with proper spacing, proper reads, so that we don't have live ball turnovers and allow them to get out in transition and rebound. And so you just have to take care of those margins.
Tatum made a few threes early, but what was your general impression of just his decision making?
Yeah, whether it was his pick and roll ball handling or screening, just kind of as long as we get to the spacing that we want, those guys do a great job of getting the shot that they want each and every possession. We just have to work to continue that, whether you make the right read for yourself or for the people around you.
I'm sorry, with Robinson on the free throw, like he was really kind of bothered by how bad he was missing in the beginning. You stuck with it even into the second half when the margin was pretty high. Was that just because what you saw by how bad he was missing, or you're just going to stick with it no matter what the score is?
Yeah, just process over results. You just always stick to the process of what you think gives you the best chance to win on that possession and to win in that game.
One more for Alex.
Joe, is it as simple as shots falling? You guys?
No, I mean that's the easy thing to look at. But we won the end of quarters, and we didn't have 11 live ball turnovers. I can't stress to you the importance of not throwing the ball to the other team so they get out in transition. And they have 28 points in transition in game 2, and not ending quarters well. When it's at 20 and it gets to 12 with 58 seconds left, and you have to end quarters, you have to start quarters well, you have to value the basketball, you have to win the margins. I can't stress that's all we talked about for the last 72 hours, and that's the most important thing.
Great. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.